Hello, everyone. I'm Cathy with Courage to Caregivers. Today, we are continuing on with our theme of self-discovery, and tonight's topic is self-compassion. One of the most compassionate things we can do for ourselves is to nurture our mind and body. But it is often hard to do this when we have so many other responsibilities, especially while caregiving. We often don't take the time for ourselves that is needed to live a healthy life. But when we take the time to bring awareness to our needs, we can begin to recognize what does and does not make us feel good. And in doing so, we can begin to make more conscious and compassionate choices for ourselves. We might ask ourselves these questions to determine what is it that we need to bring to the present moment on our behalf. 1, do I need to move my body or do I need to be still? 2, do I need food or do I need hydration? 3, do I need to be among people or do I require some solitude at this time? 4, how am I expending my energy mentally and physically? And is it beneficial to me or detrimental? In other words, what am I spending my time on? And what am I consuming? What is consuming my time? So choosing to fill our minds and bodies with positive things is empowering. Finding compassion for yourself is essential. Remember, sending love to ourselves first allows us to more fully love others. And this is especially important on a caregiving journey. If we care for ourselves first, if we institute self-care into our daily routine, then we're going to be a better caregiver. It's the oxygen mask idea, to put the oxygen mask on yourself first and then pass it on to someone else. Daily hugs and words of affirmation, making good choices, and caring for yourself are small and significant ways to begin, and you are worth it. Please remember that at all times. So that's just a little bit of what you're going to be discussing in your support group tonight. I'm going to go ahead and ask you to get nice and comfortable for a little breathing and meditation practice. And so as we begin to launch into that, let's find a comfortable position on your chair here. So perhaps moving your body just from side to side until you settle in and you feel that you're supported on both sides. You're not leaning to one side or the other. Bringing your spine against the back of the chair. And then rolling the shoulders up to the ears and letting them softly settle back down again so that you're not holding any tension there. Finding a nice tall spine in your chair, feet flat on the floor, and imagining that there was a little thread pulling you up through the crown of the head so that your body is nice and aligned, ears over the shoulders, shoulders over the hips. Good. And the reason we sit up nice and tall like this is because when we sit tall, we breathe more efficiently. So you can place the hands face down on your thighs or your knees or palms lifted, whatever is most comfortable for you. And as you are nice and aligned, I invite you to either close the eyes or leave them softly cast down as you begin to breathe in and out of the nose, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Just noticing the natural rhythm of your own unique breath as it comes and as it goes. Good. And as you breathe, with each breath, begin to feel your stress level just start to dissipate. So whatever energy you entered into our Zoom here with tonight, just begin to feel all those layers of stress drift away with each breath. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Beautiful, everyone. And then begin to just notice sensations, what the breath feels like as it enters and exits the nose. Noticing the temperature as the breath enters. Is it perhaps cooler? And as you exhale, is the breath perhaps a little perceptibly warmer? Just noticing these small things. Noticing how the breath feels as it moves through the body. Does it move freely, or is there any holding or tension or even discomfort there? And if there is, just breathe a little more deeply on that inhale and exhale. And then noticing any discomfort that you might have in the body, any areas of tightness, any areas that maybe are stiff. You might have a bit of an achy back or a cranky shoulder, whatever's going on with you, just send the breath to all those places. And once again, let your body begin to melt and relax. Good, very good. Beautiful. Now, for tonight's practice, we're going to be exploring 3-part breath. So, for this, I invite you to bring both hands to the heart. So, you're going to bring one hand over the other right at the center of your heart. And I invite you to breathe in and feel the heart rise, the chest rises, ribs rise, collarbones rise on that inhale. And the belly expands out away from the body. Good. On that exhale, the belly contracts back towards the spine, the ribs fall, and the collarbones fall. Everything falls back into place. Beautiful. On the inhale, we're going to take a big inhale here and feel the collarbones rise, the chest rise, ribs rise, and the belly push away from the body. On the exhale, the belly contracts back toward the spine, the ribs fall, and the collarbones come back down into place. And so as we're breathing here in this, you can liken it to when the moon with air, it expands and comes out. And you layer, everything comes back into place. So just this motion of the breath, almost like a bellows, going in and going out with each breath, the body responds in the same way. So again, breathing in, feeling ribs rise, collarbones rise, feeling the belly expand, breathing out, belly contracts, and the ribs fall, and the collarbones fall back into place. 3-part breathing is so supportive because it means that we're getting the full oxygen in the breath that we need to nourish every cell in the body. And so just feeling that breath, dropping that breath down from the nose into the chest and the belly, and then cycling back out again, belly, ribs, and collarbone. I invite you to find this breath on your own at your own pace. And while you do, I'm going to read our affirmations for tonight's practice. Affirmations are positive statements that we make to ourselves. And when we do, if we say them over and over enough, they begin to resonate deep within us, and then they could become part of us. So for tonight's affirmations, I will be gentle with myself. I'm doing the best I can with the resources I have now. I care for me as I care for you. Care for me as I care for you. And so let those words just fill you up, fill your heart, just fill your whole entire body, these nurturing words of self-compassion and support. Good. Breathing in a couple more rounds of breath. Collarbones, ribs, and belly, belly, ribs, and collarbones. Beautiful. And holding your heart here in a little gesture of self-compassion, as if you could give your heart a hug. And so envision the inhale of the breath, and the hands and the heart move away from the body. And on the exhale, your hands and heart move back towards the body, so that you are actually giving your heart a hug. And you deserve that. Everyone deserves that. So let that be a gentle reminder of the compassion that you are trying to cultivate for yourself. Good. Beautiful. I invite you to release the hands and place them back on your thighs or on your knees, and gently blink open the eyes if they were closed. Beautiful. We're going to begin a little bit of mindful movement. And when we do this, I always encourage people to honor your body. If there's something that's bothering you in the body, then just back off of the movement, or you can even sit and just breathe with us. You don't necessarily have to move in the ways that we're going to be doing tonight. So, as always, take care of you. So if it's supportive to you, we're going to begin just a few gentle motions of the neck and the shoulders to try to bring some ease there. So to begin, we're simply going to inhale, lifting the gaze up to the sky, and exhale, taking the gaze down the floor. Do that, linger here for a moment, letting your head drop. The space that you're creating between those cervical vertebrae here, there at the back of the neck. Good. Inhaling to lift the gaze, exhaling to bring the gaze back down to the floor. So just this gentle motion of the head moving up and moving down. Good. And then bringing the head back to neutral. We're going to begin just a little motion from side to side. So taking your gaze to the side on the left, inhaling back through center, and then taking your gaze to the right, exhaling. So just this little side to side motion. We carry a lot of tension and stress in our neck. And so when we do, we need to do everything we can to ease that out. So just a little motion side to side. Good. Inhaling back to center. We're now just going to begin to take the head in small circles, just moving in one direction. And when you're ready, moving in another direction. But do take this very gently. And if there's any areas that are tight, just breathe into those spaces. Good. Beautiful. And then coming back to the center, we're going to take the fingers of the right hand and place them on the left ear as we tilt the head to the right side. And as we do that, we're opening up the whole left side of the neck there. So just breathe into that expansion. Good. Just let that settle in. Beautiful. Release, come back to center, taking the fingers of the left hand, taking them to the right ear, and then just bending your head to the left, breathing into the whole right side of the neck, breathing in and breathing out. Beautiful. Letting that settle in. Good. And then releasing once again. We're going to begin the 6 directions of the spine. We know that if we move our spine in 6 directions every day, it stays supple and flexible and able to move in all ways to support us throughout all the movements we make during the day. So pressing the hands into the knees, we're going to move the hands away from the body as we inhale, lift the gaze, arch the back slightly. Good. Exhaling, we round the spine, tuck the chin, and bring the hands back toward the body. Good. Inhaling to lift the gaze, arching the back. Exhaling to round the spine. So I invite you to find this on your own. This is a little flexion and extension of the spine. In yoga, we call this cat-cow. So when we inhale and look up, that's the cow pose. When we round the spine, that's the cat pose. So I invite you to find that motion at your own unique pace. Beautiful. Good. Couple more rounds. Good. And then coming back to neutral, we're going to do some lateral movements of the spine. So we'll place the left hand on the chair right beside you. We'll send that right arm up overhead, inhaling through the crown of the head as we lift and lengthen the spine, and exhale to the left. So the body is moving to the side here. Good. Inhaling back through center, we take the right hand to the chair. We inhale that left arm up overhead, and then we exhale, bending to the right side. So just taking this movement side to side, lengthening your fingertips and your arm, lengthening the spine, and just finding some peaceful, steady breaths in this movement. Good. Beautiful, everyone. Good. And then coming back to the center. These are the final two motions of the spine. So finding your alignment again, sitting up nice and tall. We'll take the right hand and place it on the left knee. We take the left hand and bring it behind us, holding onto the chair as we lengthen the spine and twist to the left side. Breathing here is finding a little expansion in those vertebrae. Good. And then coming back to center, we do the same thing on the other side, because in yoga, we do both sides of the body to keep everything nice and balanced and aligned. We're going to left hand to the right knee, take the right hand behind you on the chair, lift and lengthen through the crown, and move to the right side. So just twisting here. The movement is from the upper body, and the lower part of the body remains on the chair. Good. Coming back to center. Let's do that once more on each side. Right hand to left knee, left hand to the back of the chair, twisting to the left. Good. Coming back through center. Left hand to the right knee, right hand to the back of the chair, and twisting to the right. Beautiful. Coming back to center. Let's take our hands and place them on opposite shoulders. So just give yourself an enormous hug here. Just giving yourself a hug of compassion for everything you do each and every day for others. Just let yourself feel the warmth of your own embrace. How about that? Do it well. You're doing it now, and keep on doing it. So you can stay right here. If your shoulders are tight, you can stay right here. If you'd like to arms out, cross at the elbows, and then bring both palms together in equal arms. If this doesn't feel comfortable for you, then keep your hands right where they are on your shoulders. But breathe here into your strong eagle. Eagles stand for resilience and wisdom and strength. So just finding that within yourself now and giving yourself all the self-compassion you need to bring that out. Good. Releasing the hands, bringing them into the back plane of the body like wings, imagining that you could soar like an eagle. So when we do this, we're also counter stretching that stretch that we had with our arms in front of us, because that is a pretty intense stretch. Let's bring the hands back to the shoulders again. Nice little hug of compassion. Feeling your embrace. And then bringing the arms out and crossing again. This time, whatever arm was underneath, we're going to do the opposite. So taking those arms to cross at the elbows and then bringing the hands together, palms of the hands together, breathing in, breathing out, feeling your strength, feeling your strong eagle. Beautiful. Releasing the hands, bringing them into the back plane of the body. Again, soaring like an eagle, stretching those arms out. Beautiful. And then bringing the hands to the heart center, taking a moment to catch a couple of breaths here. Good. And then releasing the hands. Now we have come to the part of our session tonight that is our Shavasana, or deep rest. We know that deep rest is an essential component to a meditation and breathing practice, and also to a self-care practice. And so I invite you to either remain in your chair during your rest period, or if you have a place where you could lay down on the floor or a couch someplace close to you, you can go ahead and find that now. If you are stretching out on the floor, just take a nice full body stretch. And then eventually bringing your arms alongside of you or resting them on the low belly. If you have a blanket nearby, just gather that around you. If you're sitting in your chair, make sure that you're nice and cozy and comfortable and warm. This loving kindness meditation naturally nurtures self-compassion, allowing your heart to open and radiate kindness to yourself and others, and eventually out into the whole world. And so this meditation is adapted from mindworks.org, and I think it's really a very good one. So I invite you to settle into your space there, perhaps closing the eyes and starting to connect with the breath once again, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Just be present with the body in this moment. Notice how your body accommodates each inhale and each exhale. And as you are settling in, begin to turn your focus to the heart. Feel or imagine your heart beating with warmth and gratitude. And think about yourself. Think about looking at yourself with loving eyes, seeing yourself as others see you, and imagining this perspective. Sometimes that's a difficult thing to do, but I'd like you to try to do that now. Look at yourself, how others see you, and think about all the qualities that you possess that make you uniquely you. Focus on the ways that you are kind and generous and supportive and giving. Focus on the ways that you care for others and all the things that others like about you. And let these feelings of love be centered right in your heart. Perhaps you might even feel a warm feeling there, as though your heart was expanding and growing. And in this act of self-compassion, say to yourself these words: may I be filled with loving kindness. May I be held in loving kindness. May I be healthy in body and mind. May I be happy. May I always have enough. And may my heart know peace. And let those feelings of compassion for yourself just wash over you like a gentle wave. Remember to also stay connected to your breath. And just feel those feelings of compassion deep inside of your heart. So next, bring to mind someone who is dear to you, a family member or a trusted friend, someone in whose presence you can relax and fully appreciate who you are. Feel the goodness of this heart connection between you and this other person. And feel the mutual gratitude and respect that you have for one another. And I invite you to offer this feeling of loving kindness to this person, this dear one, and say this to them as if you could speak to them right now. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be held in loving kindness. May you be happy in body and in mind. May you always have enough. And may your heart know peace. Feel the sincerity of these words from you to your dear one. Feel their ability to open and warm the heart. Take your time. And smile to yourself, thinking about this loving kindness that you're generating now. Next, bring to mind a casual acquaintance, someone whom you recognize but do not know well. It could be a neighbor or a clerk at the grocery store or the mailman, for example. As you think of this person, this acquaintance, wish them well and send some loving kindness their way, imagining that your wishes touch their heart and bring some ease to their minds and their entire well-being. And say to yourself on their behalf, may you be filled with loving kindness. May you be held in loving kindness. May you be healthy in body and in mind. May you be happy. May you always have enough. May your heart know peace. And take a moment to appreciate the sincerity of these words, feeling their ability to warm and open the heart. And just let that feeling bask over you, just wash over you. This feeling of loving kindness to this acquaintance in your life. And now imagine someone in your life who is difficult, someone who is hard to love. As you bring them to your mind's eye, try to let go of your antipathy. It may help to imagine them as a young child before things became so difficult. So imagine this person and then send them some loving kindness by imagining that you could say to them, may you be filled with loving kindness. May you be held in loving kindness. May you be happy. May you be healthy in body and mind. May you always have enough. May your heart know peace. Appreciate these words and their meaning, and feel their ability to open and warm your heart. Good. Next, begin to send your loving kindness to all people and animals in the world, to all beings, be they happy or sad, loved or neglected, in good health or in poor health, in poverty or in riches, in all stages of life, to all beings, sending out your love and kindness. Let it radiate from your heart like a beacon of light. And say these words as you expand this circle of loving kindness from yourself into the whole world. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be held in loving kindness. May you be healthy in body and in mind. May you be happy. May you always have enough. May your heart know peace. And appreciate these words, feeling the ability to warm and expand your heart. Imagine that your practice brings about deep healing for yourself and for others. And take a moment to bask in this loving kindness that you have generated from yourself out into the whole planet. Good. Now take a moment to return this loving kindness right back to you where it all started. And let yourself bask in this feeling of loving kindness. Let your heart feel warm and open. Feel the deep healing inside that loving kindness brings. And let that feeling permeate your being, radiating from your heart back to yourself. And rest. Rest. Your whole body is relaxed. Rest deeply in loving kindness. Just rest. Very gently and slowly begin to bring your awareness back to the body, inviting in a little movement, wiggling fingers and toes, taking a nice full body stretch there, wherever you are, either in your chair or on the floor. And just inviting any movement in that would support you. Ask yourself, what would feel good right now? And give yourself that gift. Begin to deepen the breath as you come back to the present moment. Good. And when you're ready, just roll to one side, making a little pillow for your head there. And I will read one of our quotations. Actually, there are two tonight from the Dalai Lama. Love and compassion are necessities, not luxuries. Without them, humanity cannot survive. And here's another, one of my favorites. If you want others to be happy, practice compassion. If you want to be happy, practice compassion. Some good words to remember. And so from here, whenever you're ready, just come back to a seated position, meeting me with hands at the heart. And just allowing yourself to feel the breath in that three-part breathing that we talked about earlier today, just the collarbones and the ribs and the belly and the ribs and the collarbones. Good. Beautiful. Let's bring the arms up overhead, pressing the palms together. And then releasing the hands to the heart once again. It was a joy to be with you tonight. I hope that you take some of these tips for self-compassion into your week and make them a part of your daily routine. Thank you for being with me. And we will share our greeting of acknowledgement and respect for one another when we say the word namaste.